Hello, this is Sean again with the Army of Truth. Figure I'd give some more about the testimony of a little bit about the other side and everything like that. Might be kind of like as long as the other one, and then I'm going to try to see if I can do some shortened little things and stuff like that, and try not to procrastinate too much. Try to do as much as I can with them, and just hey, Phil, share them out. What was I going to say? Also thinking about maybe changing it instead of the Army of Truth to the Gift of Life, since I'm always saying the Gift of Life all the time. So tell me what you think, if you like that idea or not. But anyway, so the last video I basically gave you what happened in the physical realm of the surgery and everything, and being here, being alive and feeling great, although, most people will say, oh man, but you still got the feeding tube, and you still got, you got the Hickman, and you got this, and you don't get to do it every day. Hey, you know what? Everyone adapts to different things and stuff, and you can either look at it two ways. You can look at it and say, oh man, it's Monday morning, life is a drag, and it's horrible, and you get around all that negative energy, and you just drain, and it sucks all your energy out. Or you can look at everything as alternative and say, look, I'm here. I'm alive. I'm feeling great. I look at it like this. I'm in Florida. I'm near my son, my goal. I told you I was believing in a miracle that I would be healed. It happened. The desmoid tumor does not take anything of life. I faced death in the face and said, where is your sting? You have nothing on me. And there's nothing you're going to take away from me. And even if you take me, I get to go to a better place in the first place, because I've already been there. I know what it's like, and it's wonderful. It's great. It's filled with love, and there's nothing like it. It was like I didn't want to come back, but I came back because of my son and because I'm a messenger. So I'm going to put an alarm out here for you. I hope this is not shaking too much. I'm going to put an alarm out here for many of y'all that might be really big Christians. I still am a Christian. It's just that what I'm going to share with you is not exactly what you would think or you read or the things that you were taught. And the thing is, it's going to sound like other religions and stuff like that. And you'll be saying, oh, well, this guy, he's loony, out of his mind, whatever. What I'm going to say also, so I'm just giving that alarm first. And then I'm going to say this is, I believe I was taken to heaven or the other side, whatever you want to call it. But I can't tell you whether it's a dream. It could have been a dream. It could have been anything. I'm just believing what I felt and believed that I was upgraded to be able to see, and there was a reason for me to be able to see what I saw. And I believe us all as humans, that we all impact each other some way or other. Everything we do impacts one another, and we're all the same. We're all connected together. It's one of the things I learned very strongly while I was there, was how connected we are, and really just brothers and sisters and everything, all life, everything of all universes, whether you want to call aliens. And if I say anything about the word alien, this is what I mean, okay? We as humans are limited by what we can understand and the words we say. So, such as the word alien. Alien is anything that's foreign to us. Like we have, if you live on the other side of a border of a country, that person that lives on that other country, they're aliens to where you live. If your last name is Smith and your neighbor's last name is Black, you label each other because you're two different names within that family. So the other person would be an alien. So whatever I saw up there in the other world, everybody looked the same. There could be aliens, and it could have been other planets. I have a hard time believing that this is the only planet that has life form. I'm not going to get into that. So let me get into what I experienced. Now, many of y'all, regardless of what religion you believe, especially in Christianity, you're probably going to say, well, what did Jesus look like? What did God look like? Did you see your family? Did you see the bright lights? Did you see the mansions? What did your house look like? What did your body look like? All of that stuff. You know what? I'm going to tell you right now, right away, for me to be able to say what I saw, most of you probably going to be bored out of your mind, because some of you might not fully understand it, just because what I experience is always going to be, and everybody that I know that has been to the other side, whether vision, dream, whatever they had, is always different from one another. So what I experienced was for my reason of what I was supposed to understand. Did I see God? Yes. Did I see my family? Yes. Did I see the mansions? Yes. The thing is that there's things of matter and what we call antimatter. And then also people want to know if there's time. The best way I can say everything is like the universe, and it's like Legos. And basically, and what we think of time, we think is like a ruler from this way to right this way, right? A ruler. But there is no time. We right now are experiencing a dimension of what heaven is. If you've ever meditate, and a lot of people think when they meditate they're going or when you're praying that you're praying or other. I didn't know that I meditated majority of my life, and that was by just playing music. And when I play music, I go to somewhere else and stuff like that, and that's kind of going part of the other side. It's just amazing. But when you're really fully aware of everything like that, there's no space, there's no time, there's no distance. Those are all limited terms that we human terms have to measure things and stuff, but there is no distance. So when I was near my mother or feeling my mother while I was there, she was with me, but at the same time, she was somewhere else. I was all places, and I was able to see even them operating me and what was going on at the exact same time while I was experiencing it. And everything was love. The way God was is you felt God. We were all part of things. We were, and the most incredible thing was the feeling of love, of the light and love. Love was, it's like the air we breathe right now. It was so, it consumed you so much of all the filling you out. It's like going to your favorite concert with your favorite bands, being around all those people that you're connected to that love that band that you like just like you do. So multiply this by 1,000 times. Now I know that sounds boring, but it's not. It was the most intensity of you could ever imagine. But the universe is so important, and that was what more God was God of the universe. And this is the idea and everything that I understood was that I've got to say this, okay, is that a lot of people I talk to as Christians, they say that the reason they live on this earth is to get to heaven. Well, I'm going to tell you is as a child, you're already accepted to heaven. So how do you lose heaven? And so this idea that we have drawn by what we have taught and wrote, a lot of it has been like people whispering to one another, to the next person whispering that game, and then when they get the sentence at the end after that first person whispered something, it's completely different. Everything's got blown out of proportions, and you got everybody, because we're human beings, fighting one another off of our own ideas, idealistic stuff, when we should be combining together. God is all for us and enjoying life. That's the reason we have life on earth, is enjoyment, to allow our ideas and pleasures and enjoy things. And then when we do not accept life, when we abuse ourselves by saying that we get up every morning, we hate it, we think life sucks or life is a test, or that we make other people feel bad by just being bad, not knowing we're bad, but just being depressed, and so therefore our judgment goes on them and everything like that. That's abusing others, and that's what's called the children of the devil, which means just basically that you're not enjoying life, you're doing the opposite. And so it's the yin and the yang, and it's a tide. So us as good people, we're trying to help those that are depressed and try to bring them out of it, while the ones that are depressed and stuff help us to overcome their obstacles to try to make them better. So we're always opposition one another and to help one another. Now back to what I was saying about man, and the thing is me being ADD and stuff, I just completely go out of it, just enjoying things so much, and I'm just trying to record everything because I don't want to forget all the stuff that I learned, because every day I start losing more that I understood. And so I just want to put these ideas. But oh yeah. So the way God, our Father, God of the universe is for us, we're all connected and we're created in the images of God. So we're going to imitate and be like God. That's why God is with us. God is everywhere. God is love, because love is the most important thing of all. And for those that think that life is just a test, no, or just to get to heaven and that we lose being in heaven, no, absolutely not. What it is, for example, for your child, say you love your child, right? So do you love your child only when the child is in school and brings you good grades, and then you don't like the child when it's bad? No. So why would you believe that your Father God would do the same thing for you? He doesn't get involved too much. He allows you to live your life just as much as with your son. You can't really stop them from falling down on the ground. You can warn them, but they're going to continue to do that. They're going to fall down on their own. They have to learn on their own, just like you have to learn your own and go through your own experiences and everything. And that's basically what it's like. And everything you do is connected to each other, and how we impact and learn from one another and get better. Hopefully we can release our ideas and create great things together and move forward. Now, things have just got really changed, and we got so caught up in religion and politics and everything that it's really messed our worlds up and it's always been like that too. All right, because that's just being humans. You know, we have devils within us and we have angels within us. We're just mixed up people, but all things. Okay. So wanted to share that with you. And maybe just do some small parts on that one. It's just so exciting to share with the other things and experiences. A lot of things very much like Buddha, Confucianism, or Confucianism. I can't say the words right. I'm never able to pronounce things correctly. And a part of Christianity, the Bible, like itself, is a code. Now, I'm going to share something with you, and it might offend people. The Old Testament is a history book for the Jewish people, the people of the original Jews, just as much as you combine and put the American, everything about the history of America, and you put it together with the New Testament and you add the Constitution. It'd be about like the same thing. Different ideas, historical. Jesus is very great, very spoken codes, because he fully got the understanding of it. And that's why I look very carefully how they translate everything for a reason of the words. Like God spelled backward is dog. Well, what did they talk about the dogs in the Bible and the New Testament? They weren't thinking of America as man's best friend. They were talking more about the scum of the earth of dogs. And so the opposite of God was dogs. So that's at our worst of dogs. And they looked at the Gentiles as dogs because they were just scum. Just like the original term for hell was a dumpster for their time they lived, where they just emptied their trash and stuff like that, and it was a big pit that it went down, and that was hell. Now let me get on this. Now I'm not sure, this is hell, okay, and people create their own hell or heaven on earth too, because it's just another dimension. When you carry your doubts, worries, fears, you're not good enough, all of that stuff, you will carry that with you to the afterlife, and you will experience your own hell unless you're able to free yourself, free your mind from all things, and be able to enjoy everything. That's the difference here. It's not so much of what you're reading and what we think in the Bible. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying the Bible ain't true. The Bible is true. It's just that we do not understand it because we misinterpreted everything. We get it, and we're taught by other people, and you're brought up in life, you're brought up in shame, guilt, fear, all of these things, by your government, by your religion, and everything brought up, and that manipulates us to not fully understand life and why we can't appreciate it. So that's what I wanted to get out on this video about what my experience of to the other side, or been taken to heaven, whatever you want to call it. And I just want to start putting smaller messages after this. If you got any questions, feel free to comment at the bottom of anything. And like I said, those that are friends, I got more stuff on Facebook that I say and everything like that. So remember to laugh at yourself, laugh at others if you must, and just laugh and be free. Enjoy everything. Life is a gift. God bless you.